Let's do Widow Junk.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay, if that's the case. Do the Zen for the Discords.
And Hug. We don't want to do Niwu and Dank switch?
No, we are.
Niwu's popping.
No, we are.
Okay.
Ana good here?
Alright.
You sure you want the
Yeah,
jump, not
this is
the Pharah?
Do we want the Ana and Zen?
Yeah, we want the Junk. We want the Junk. Because Junk punishes dive better than Farah.
Ana's in, should I go Moira instead then?
No. This is perfect.
You sure?
This is perfect right here. Yeah.
I just gotta be sure to be able to hit my shots.
And if we lose first, we gotta switch to either a Rein Zarya or Winston Diva immediately.
I'm gonna try to play sneaky a little bit. This window.
Okay,
If they're starting to push right, I'm gonna go to sneak.
I believe they swapped an Epic Center and I know.
So just off rip, Dank, we want to avoid like solo queue plays like that.
Okay.
Just in general, because like as a team, the moment that gets called, the play's dead and you gotta waste cooldowns to get out, so it's easier just having you with the team.
Okay.
This Widow, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't end up doing
no.
it. I know I was trying to do it, but couldn't get.
This
Word.
is gonna be the shield angle. So if you want to sit right here, Niwu,
Where?
look at your Ursa.
Dance party.
I'm blind. Oh, yeah.
Just stand right here. You'll have full shield coverage.
Tell me when to
Commentators
rotate
are
Omega
so
I can
confused
move
by
to you
that.
guys.
They're pushing left side.
Pushing left side.
Soldier going to high ground.
Soldier going to high ground.
I'm gonna rotate shield.
Oh, there you go.
Nice kill. They don't have barrier
They're
anymore.
rotating high ground. They're rotating high ground.
Yeah.
Should we go to point? Should we go to point?
Come back to us, Dink. Come back to us. Or go to high ground.
I'm coming.
You can try to move for that.
D1.
They're up there.
Lucio's going to.
So at this point, you guys lost your Ana, and you just decided to wait for her up there.
Yeah. We sent Krosky to try
Yeah.
to.
He's behind us. Oh, it's
Lucio's
stacking.
going to speed back.
Yeah, they're all there. They're all there.
So yeah, we recognize that. We're like, all right, the Ana's cut off. Let's just like, if they don't commit to point, we can get the Lucio or get the Ana on her way back.
I'm gonna try to pull him off when the shield breaks.
Okay.
Hey, man, dude.
Okay.
Lucio's dead, nice.
Drunk one.
Reloading.
Watch our backs. We're
I'm
gonna have
slept.
somebody come in.
Ana go to Mega. Ana go to Mega.
So Bean tries to make a solo Q play here. He goes off and fights the supports by himself as Zenyatta.
Yeah.
We gotta
Budget
call it out.
Zenyatta. I mean, budget Jonak.
Budget Jonak right there, yeah. It
He's
works
good,
because
but, like-
he kills the Lucio, so it's not bad, but he gets slept and taken out, so it's a trade of off supports. Which eventually works out, but still it's not something we want to be doing.
Jag's still up there.
There we go.
Ryan's still up top.
Ideally, we call a halt and hook as soon as we see the two of them in this kill box right here.
Big.
Oh no, we lost Beam.
Yeah, we traded Bean. It's fine, let him kill over there. Lucio.
That was my fault. Sorry, I was trying to
Catch the Ana.
threw
Yeah,
that
that's
mind
fine.
bullet a little bit
It'll
late.
happen.
Trying to knock
It'll
it back.
happen. In a perfect world, we've hit him a couple times, that mine finishes him off, so it's not a bad play.
Catch the Ana on our way in.
Ana should be coming in here soon.
Yeah.
They coming back?
Watch out, they're coming for her.
You guys pulling
Another
out
one?
here,
Shielding?
I feel like that needed to happen a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you lost her, you should have disengaged from that spot because you guys getting in that high ground forced her to keep walking through alone or with Krosky, and Krosky got picked once. But with your supports being the only ones out there, it should have been really easy for us to focus them down. There's the Ana. See if that shield placement is beautiful.
Which one? The one on the
Shooting
edge right
from-
there?
Yeah, shooting from that left side and front.
Yeah, it was really hard to try to shoot through that because like we were confused as what you guys were trying to do. It was
So our idea here and the way we win fights with this composition is we keep you at a distance. We have the Zen, we have the Widow, we have the Junk, and Orisa as well. All of them are super comfortable keeping you guys at like 10 meters to 20 meters away and just spamming at you. The way you beat
happen
us
to get
here
close enough,
is just
Hog.
walk right onto us. So you had the comp for it, but I think you guys just didn't like you said, you didn't realize what we were trying to do. We totally were just trying to sit there and control space.
Alright.
We weren't trying to aggress. We weren't trying to we would punish you with the widow. We would punish you with the junk if you tried to do stuff. We had Roadhog as well. So like that's the goal.
So basically you're trying to spam down the shield and try to get picks
exactly.
without the shield.
Yeah.
Make you as uncomfortable as possible on your way in, make you waste as many resources as we can on the way in, and then when we do eventually have to commit to the point, you do pick us off because you guys are better at brawling. Just the way your comp is, you have a Reinhardt, we don't. So I think you guys get me in the next engagement when you guys commit to point, and that causes us to kind of fall apart from there. So like once you do actually force us to drop to point, which on the first attack you guys went up top, you guys totally could have just gone straight to point, would have been a whole different game.
I'm dead.
If you ever see a Orisa Hog like that, I always call it just like run straight to point. Force them to fight you on your terms.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, I tried to keep Nevo busy while the rest of the team moved in.
Yeah, you did a good job of that, but he's just crazy and hits
I
shots.
thought you were gonna kill me here. That was just unfortunate. He was up.
Yeah, I get demacked.
That's just unfortunate because a diva alone, you can pressure Dank. You're probably not gonna kill Dank. He definitely
he went for Niwu.
And then ended up there.
Yeah, so I jumped up on him to help Niwu out, and I thought he was gonna kill me. I thought I was dead for sure.
So, comms wise, Exotic, what was going on with your team at this point when you decided to commit?
So at this point we're Volley was like, she can't cross in to come heal us, and then she said, she told me, if you can keep Widow busy, we're gonna group up and we'll go straight to point. So that's what Jag tried to do, but he charged in, while I went to keep Nevo busy.
So the idea was perfect, but the execution just wasn't there.
Yeah.
Jag's idea of creating space in this situation was just to rush us down, when ideally he's just hard shielding the Widow until you dive her. Going back to what I was talking about when it comes to like cooldowns, is you guys do have 3 to 4 seconds of just completely free walking in behind that Reinhardt shield. So if you just walk through the gate under the bridge while keeping the shield towards the Widow, there's very little we can do besides burst the shield down. And at that point, once the shield starts getting low, then you can be like, alright, I'm going for Widow, hard commit. And that makes it a lot cleaner.
Shoulder can die, Nice.
Baby diva.
Very nice, very nice. Go back. Let's punish the healers.
I'm gonna get those two on the side.
Dank, thoughts?
Bad idea. Yeah, got it. Retire.
High ground?
No, trust me, I knew as soon as I popped that play, it was a bad call.
So yeah, just in general, Rip Tower can stop a push on its own. Using it to clean up staggers is
On me? Yeah, I know. It was dumb. He went to me.
Reset.
As soon as I popped that, I'm like, wow, that was a really bad idea.
Go back to the original position.
Oh no, I fell. I'm coming. I'm hustling.
And I kept shielding right side here because I assumed you guys were eventually just gonna push in, because we got Bean right here, we got Tinsy right here, and we got the Orisa right here, which are all very stationary targets. So either forcing us to come to point or just running in on top of us using the room as cover on the side. Those are two really easy ways to just break the bunker comp. The longer you give us to look at you in the choke, the easier it is for us to win.
The reason we didn't go to the small corner door, like on the right for you, is because we know you had a Junkrat, and we know you had Zen. So if we just got crammed into that small hallway, we knew that we would get like choked off, and we figured Hog was gonna come behind us, and Junkrat would just spam us out. So that's why we didn't go there.
makes sense, and that's why going to point was the better option and ended up working. But you can win a fight going through that room. It's just a matter of not fighting in the room. You just speed boost through the room straight onto us. And then you don't even give any of the Zen or junk spam. You don't give that shit time to accumulate damage.
If you speed boost with the DM, the defense, there's nothing really super threatening except for maybe a biotic grenade that you want to keep that defense matrix for, other than Junkrat. So like that's a huge amount of damage. If you speed boost through that room, defense matrix, and Jag is just running through swinging, you're probably going to take that fight.
And that comes down to you as the off tank or Kroski as the Lucio to call it. Be like, I'll DM us in, or Kroski has to be 3, 2, 1 speed boosting in.
They have junk now?
I'm a big fan of the 3, 2, 1 countdown.
Their shield's low.
Yeah, he is.
They're on point, they're on point.
They have no shield, no shield.
So this is the perfect engage by you guys. You speed right past us, and we're super caught off guard by it, because like despite knowing that's how we get beat, we're just like, we can't really beat it. We gotta kind of deal with it. So the junk and the soldier set up at the back of the engagement, Ryan and Diva at the front. Like everything here is really nice. You got your Lucio there. Volleys. If we recognize that Volley's cut off here and jump on her, that's an easy win for us. But we don't. I get antied from behind.
That anti is huge.
Yeah, you guys jump on me. Because our resources are good at this point. We just got your main tank. You did get Tinsy though. So like, I think we kill Kroski or somebody at this point, but it just doesn't matter. It might even be Volley.
Tire. Still one.
I'm on Diva.
Or no, we don't even.
Where's Tire?
Soldier and junk, kill the DPS.
Junk one.
Soldier.
And then the huge nano visor, which
disgusting.
Mew had the hook on the soldier and just whiffed it in the room. We totally could have turned that around. Great coordination by you guys. Great persistence through the fight, because my thing in these fights is I'm always concerned about the most lethal damage source. Once we start taking picks, you don't want to let a Junkrat or a soldier like sit out there and have free damage going in. So like, oh, you lost your Orisa, you better get rid of that Junkrat next. You better get rid of that Reaper next. You better get rid of that, like, so whatever's gonna kill you, get rid of that first, and then deal with the supports and the tanks.
If we kill the Ana earlier in that fight, that's a different fight, and you guys probably don't take this point, because the Nano doesn't come out. Soldier probably dies a lot earlier because you just have the Lucio.
Yeah.
And I'm still setting up top left. Or no, right before that, because he got the visor on me.
Yeah.
Still there with Mew.
Yeah, you and Bean had just... I think Bean had been on point.
Yeah, Bean was contested.
Everybody was
So
dying.
let's check out our pre-fight positioning here. Assuming that, like, hey, they're gonna make a hard push here, we should have Bean behind point on high ground. Tinsy behind point on high ground. The two of us, Mew and I are fine here. Niwu can kind of get around. He's alright. Although...
He should have been back there.
He should have been back, yeah. So our positioning's really bad here. We should have respected you guys more and respected the fact that you had the Lucio and had the full team to just run to point with, and played a little safer. Keeping our supports away from the fight would have prevented Tinsy from being the first pick, and definitely would have just cleaned up the engagement a lot. But yeah, let's just check it out again.
They have junk now? Just focus shield.
Their shield's low, which I'm pretty fair.
They're on point.
They have no shield.
No shield. Discorded. In mini.
Run down.
Diva.
I gotta heal real quick. Tire.
Still one.
I'm on Diva.
Where's Tire?
So the Diva was a bad call there. Despite the Discord, despite everything, we need to get one of the squishy threats. Either the Ana would be ideal if we realized she was mispositioned, but the Junk, I think, is the #1 threat here, because he's just like, jump on you and delete you. So, in those fights, Diva's like you still got Bean with Trance, you still got Dank threatening them, you still got Niwu bopping headshot potential. Like we need to buy ourselves time at this point. So what we did wrong here is committing. Like we got the first tank, their shield's gone. We should start going after squishies.
Soldier and junk, kill the DPS.
Junk one.
Soldier.
Ready?
He's handed.
Alright, they got that.
Yeah, they got that.
That was my bad.
That was
I
huge.
didn't hook.
I'm doing like fucking nothing.
Oh, you didn't even hook him, Mew.
What?
You
I
didn't
think he got.
hook the soldier in
I
there.
think she panicked. I think she panicked when he got nanoed. He's like,
When
oh
shit
shit.
is nanoed by me and I know I have to hook it, I'm just like, I gotta spin as fast as I can to him, and I completely missed it. That was on my screen. I tried to spin as fast as I could to where I thought he was, and he was not there.
No worries.
No worries. It's just a matter of staying calm.
Okay.
Yeah, run
And you guys get your mech back right at the end of this, which is really big and forces us to use.
Do we want to go triple tank? Triple tank.
Oh, we don't even. Yeah, we had to. I think we used Nano
Whoever
and
wants to switch goes alright.
Ryan to clutch
Go 3
this.
tanks here.
Mirror you, Niwu. Call it now. I almost have tire.
So the thinking,
I think that's not killed.
the bomb,
Yeah.
maybe. So the thinking here for the 3 tanks is Widow struggles to generate value here. Junk's fine, but we need ample point presence, and myself as Diva, I'm gonna be controlling high ground.
Alright.
And just bothering them from up there, so I'm like, let's get a Ryan Zarya on the ground, I'll be Diva up top, and that makes it super annoying for you guys to even walk in, much less pressure our backline.
Yeah, you were really throwing us off. Like you were splitting our attention. Like we were like trying to push in with ults, and then we would just get spammed from behind with the Hammond and the Diva. So it was like, yeah,
And
you were doing a really good job on that.
Thank you. The reason for me being there and doing that was exactly that. Is like I want to make you guys uncomfortable. I'm not threatening a kill from them up there. You guys can honestly just be like, laugh at me and walk by. But the fact that it's bothering your backline enough to be like, hey, we got to deal with this. It creates that presence on, and it's like having a tracer there bothering them almost.
Yeah, we had to like respect you. Like you're really good off tank, and both our backline knows that you're a really good off tank. So we had to like play it really safe so that we don't get picked. Especially because your Zarya play from the previous practice scrim, you were tearing us up. So we had to really respect your kill potential. So that's why we were always looking behind to try to focus on you.
So the same thing with the first point. I think the best way you could have dealt with me there is just speed past me, or just use that speed boost. Lucio's speed boost is such a fantastic tool if it's used to like break past chokes or speed into engagements where they're not expecting you. Like the amp is only so valuable mid-fight, but speeding onto people and being able to amp speed onto people, that's crazy value.
Yeah.
So you guys bomb in here. Was that just to create space?
Yeah, we just want. We knew you guys were gonna get set up for the next push, and you're gonna get your Widow and Junk into position to spam us out. So I just wanted to throw the bomb in there so that we would get all of you to like leave line of sight of the point for a second, or
I think it's a good
just
call,
run.
especially since like
Yeah, it
happen
works
to get
because
that
you have
one
the
lucky
beat to
pick
follow
off.
it up too.
You happen to get that one lucky pick with that bomb, and that's a 5v6 fight. Probably a pretty easy win for us.
Yeah, not bad usage. The only thing I would suggest is rather than just throwing it down main, just find a creative angle. Aim it like right in this doorway. Aim it
I was actually trying to make it go.
If it was in that doorway, I die.
Yeah, or the other side of point where Tinsy and I think Bean was playing there too. We had 2 supports on the other side, and Dank was over here. So yeah, just like a little more patience, because like you said, you knew we were already going to be set up. So you kind of, I think you can save that bomb, beat first, and then throw the bomb as soon as you force us to commit to point. You feel me?
Yeah, I hear you.
It wasn't a bad play because it worked. It gave you the space to push in, but I feel like the speed boost gives you the space anyways. And we weren't running a comp that was like, you're not going to be able to walk in.
I got shattered.
I'm gonna tire then goes Arya.
Junk one.
Ana's down.
So you guys get some really big picks here, but it's 2 CP and you lose your main healer. And I think that's why we win this.
Yeah, you guys just respawned and choked us out.
I can't get the drone. Right, he's really low. He's down. I'm on right.
Fucking Tinsy was
Right now.
MVP in that.
Yeah, he just kept me
real.
up. I mean, Mew's target prioritization was good.
Yeah, it was really
Don't
good.
discredit
But, like,
the
Tinsy
tank players.
do a lot the time. It was nasty.
Yeah, we did a good job enabling each other on this map.
I'm on it, yeah.
Hi Mew. As far as positioning goes, I think Bean's on break here. I guess he can be with the tanks. I was thinking he should be with Tinsy. Tinsy could actually play in the back right here in the U. And I think that might be
I
safer
feel like
because
it's kind of deadly to play back there because if they crash point, if anybody goes back there, Tinsy's dead. Or he has nowhere to move. Where over here, he has a lot more space to move.
I mean, he has sleep dart and grenade, so it's not like he's helpless. That's the thing with like playing back here versus if they just walk onto you here, you're using cooldowns immediately. Playing back here, you can save all your cooldowns until they full commit to this back U.
And they'll have to
your
go
team
through your
commits
tanks.
on them. Yeah. So I think that, and you have so much more natural cover here than you do with all these sightlines. So that's one thing we could clean up is just like we're running pseudo goats here. It's like Junkrat goats. So
Jotes.
Jotes.
So we totally can just have Tinsy in Mew's butthole. That sounds so wrong. I'm so sorry. I regret at the moment it came out of my mouth. Like just like hiding right behind our tanks.
Alright.
Just cause like if you do recognize that Tinsy's playing right side, all it takes is a speed boost through here to cut off all our healing.
Not my butthole.
Jesus.
You?
So at least I could be with the AoE healing.
Yeah,
So since he doesn't have to do all the healing.
yeah, this works.
That was a really good
They
swap.
don't have high ground
from
though,
Bean.
so Niwu, you and I can just rain hell on them from up here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Back up. They do have the soldier, so we gotta wait.
Yeah, I'm
till
gonna
they
wait
push
for
it.
my mine. Okay,
Like right there when Tinsy was shooting you,
Right.
that's when we found out you guys were up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Tinsy healing them?
Yeah, the tracer line, it showed us that you were healing someone, and we figured you guys were gonna drop on us.
If he hip fires,
That's
then
it.
you guys have no clue that he's there.
Mhm.
They're there.
Honestly, I like the scope fire just because what are they gonna do about a Diva up there? And at that point, I already called Niwu's retreat, so it's just me up there.
Back up.
They still think it's a junk up there.
Yep.
Back up. They do have the soldier, so we gotta wait.
Yeah, I'm
till
gonna
they
wait
push
for
it.
my mine. Okay, backing up. That's it. They might be pushing
Watch
on
out!
right
Junk!
side. Might be pushing right
Junk's
side.
on the right side.
Right side,
So
right
right here, I
Yeah,
think you
yeah.
guys get me
We're all
really
pushing right.
low, or just like at least commit to me.
Mm-hmm.
But at that
Pushing
point,
now.
Burning.
They're in the right room.
Niwu just lands the fucking
Niwu goes
the
off.
savage mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go in the room.
Go!
I'm not fast.
Push it!
Get the soldier.
Soldier one.
Good shit,
You
good
wanna
shit.
go on the right side here?
This is a good ass escape.
Heading in.
I was like, no way.
Reset, just reset.
You got it.
Leave it, leave it, leave it.
I'm
I
close
was
to
being
ball.
sneaky beaky.
That was a really good move on your part.
You guys let them push in main? Or just let them push in?
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm a flank.
The fuck, Mew?
Alright,
You
so
know
we're gonna have,
is happening
we're gonna have
hard
Shatter, Bomb, Nano, and Tire.
They're going main.
Yep. Man.
Get out, get out, get out.
Nano and Tire.
Alright, let's look at positioning here. We got Niwu hiding on the flank. This is another solo queue play that we gotta not have happen. If he's doing this, he should be up here with me. Which I think he does go up there eventually, but I've already left. So I'm not like sitting there with his body. So he ripped ours, and even though he gets people, like he dies doing it. So you guys could still have capitalized on it.
Get out, get out, get out, get out.
All day.
So yeah, the moment I drop, Niwu goes up, and we didn't call that at all, so we gotta work on that, especially when it's just two of us playing the flank like that. He and I need to be in perfect harmony when we're doing shit.
Are they here?
They're right under you.
They're running away, they're running away.
And that's a good
D.Va's on you.
good awareness to go get him as soon as he fucking fires that off, because that's gonna be a quick tire.
I didn't see it, I'm sorry. Lucio behind you, Naseef.
Nice kill.
I'm dead though.
Yeah, we win
Yeah, that
this.
was
They
huge,
can't
that
push.
was huge.
Just hide from them. Don't let them get spam. They
poke
do
him,
have a
show
rip
poke
tire here. They do have a rip tire.
Do you have a designated ult tracker, or do you guys just kind of like track as a team?
That would be me.
Gotcha. What I like to do and what I try to do is I'll tell Mew to track your Rhine. I'll tell like our healers to keep track of how much they're healing and stuff, or just like use your own team's ult percentages as an indicator. So like if we just want to fight with Riptire and they haven't Riptired in 2 fights, they probably got that shit.
Try to save bubbles for mid fight when they tire.
I'm just building charge.
Pushing
They're in that
pushing
mini,
main.
right?
Left side soldier.
Slow
They're
down.
not
Yeah,
left
yeah,
Icebreak took a really good angle here and pressured the fuck out of Tinsy.
yeah. Kill him, kill him, kill him.
Uh-oh.
Soldier's on me.
That was my bad.
You guys got hammered, so.
Did we get? We got hammered, but it was only me. I was the only one that got hammered, and I'm a diva.
Oh, I was charging at the Rhine to try to get you out because I was watching I watched a video a long time ago that when you see Rhine charging and you charge back to stun him, and most times it worked. That time I completely messed him and got everyone killed.
Kill him, kill him, kill him.
Uh-oh.
You just hear uh-oh from Mew.
Mew just mined up into the air. This is just bad things happening all around. And Bean's just like, I can shield myself. So yeah, this is what I was talking about, creative angle. We weren't expecting that shit at all. And same thing versus the first bomb you threw. You guys hard engage first, use an ultimate, like, pressure us out, pressure out Mew's cooldown, and as a result get a huge bomb. Even though we had Zarya bubbles that we were saving for your Riptire.
Kill him, kill him, kill him.
Uh-oh.
Soldier's on me.
I died.
That bubble got burned down. Or
Soldier was left.
Well, I think you're thinking there was you're bubbling her because she's charging.
Yep.
So it wasn't a bubble for the bomb.
No.
No, it's fine, it's fine. Like, Mew, that is Frost outplaying us. That's not us outplaying ourselves. In a regular situation, what you did is the perfect play. Even if you don't hit the Rhine to counter the charge, he's charging a D.Va mech. That's fine. You charge his unprotected backline with a bubble. That's super good. You stand there and shield after that charge, his Ana can't heal him.
Okay.
So that play in itself was great. Exotic just capitalized super hard on us there. He's
That
like,
was a really good bomb. That was a really
Yeah.
good
Side
bomb.
we just
Sorry.
let him stay left side.
That bomb almost fucked us.
Call targets, call targets.
Run, Dank, run.
and well, again, we take out Epic here, and that's huge because main damage source or main healer, you take one of those out of a fight on 2CP, changes everything.
If we can hold
Kill
it,
him on the
Lucio.
safe.
I'm coming back now.
Charge in there.
Look at him.
Mike Bean.
Okay.
No.
So here, I tried to fight the Lucio and kill her, I think Bean was with me. I should have just been flying around like a fucking madman to stall for time. I don't think I tried to get a pick in that situation because I got burned down super fast and I had no hope of killing Krosky there.
As well.
I'm coming! Come on, Diva.
See that?
I'm on Ryan. I'm on Ryan.
You all over like a-
Come on, Ryan can die, Ryan can die.
Shit up.
Grabbing.
Oh, big.
Big, huge.
The biggest panic grab of the fucking night. Bro.
So here's my thinking here is honestly after this fight, we should have lost the next fight. Because if you look at the ult economy here, all we have is Rally going into the next fight. Epic switched on to Genji, which Genji, Soldier aren't breaking through Brig armor real quick. If you guys keep the Junkrat there and just break our armor before the engage, like be patient, break off the Rally armor and then hard engage, that's an easily won fight, just understanding that everybody pressed Q in that last fight. Dank used his ult to combo with Niwu. Mew used Shatter when she came to point. Tinsy had nanoed her. I used bomb when you threw your bomb. So we literally, at best, have one ultimate here. So that puts us on super even footing. You're actually in the advantage here with Jag and yourself. So I think... I'm not sure what happens next, but I think because of the Genji, our rally armor should make us win the next fight.
Yeah, my guys. No more ults. They have Genji now.
Nice tire, Niwu.
We should go Zen right now. Go Zen right now.
Got it. What, you want rally?
Yeah.
Yeah, hit rally and then swap.
It's not gonna matter. It goes away.
No, it doesn't. Rally armor doesn't go away.
No, don't. Okay, I'm switching.
That was my bad. I know. I
We
didn't
can't
hear
have
him.
those conversations.
I didn't hear you calling him. I didn't hear you calling him to swap.
Actually,
I
after
missed
this
that.
fight,
Oh, fair
yeah.
enough. Yeah, it's good.
So yeah, at that point I wasn't sure how long you guys had the Genji for. I wasn't sure if it was like, oh, he farmed stuff last fight and he might be close to Blade now. So I was like, let's switch Zen ASAP. But we ended up sticking with the Brig and rallying because we ended up having a fucking conversation while you guys were locking in.
No.
Okay.
We have 1 minute left.
Come on, Naseef. I have bubble on you.
Wait,
Let's go, Naseef.
So I sit up there way too long, but you guys went pharmacy, and somebody tapped that Mercy till she was real low. Might have been Tinsy.
Tap that
Tinsy
bitch.
probably got a shot on her, and I was just like, I'm staying up here and getting the Mercy.
Did one?
Mercy dead. Mercy dead.
Can't do anything.
There's a Ryan.
Alright.
Oh,
They're pushing now.
Back
Pushing
there.
now.
For Mercy.
That one's
Back
And a
up.
dead.
Just punish them when they
nice.
push it. Punish them when they
Ryan
push
slow.
Oh my.
So, I feel like Jag
Done.
panic shattered there because he got trapped.
Yep.
And that made it really easy for Bean to read him and be like, hey, I'm gonna stun you no matter what happens here. That ult could have swung. Nah, at that point we're up 3. We're up 4. So yeah, that was... Or well, no, we were up 2 at that point. But yeah, I feel like...
3. Krosky was dead.
Yeah, after Krosky being dead, you guys shouldn't have pressed Q. You guys should either just like died if you were in or backed out. Because now we get our shatter up, we get our tire up, and we're getting our bomb next fight.
Nice. Big bad. Big bad.
Fair one.
Punish her.
Nice.
How'd you like that
30
snipe, baby?
Back to the Devo lever.
30 seconds last fight. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
we win.
Exotic.
No, you did really good on your part.
Yeah, I'll matrix the tire.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
Leave it right there.
I didn't even know.
Actually spent the whole
Nothing at
time
all.
just farming up a mech.
The whole last fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, it
Save
sucks.
bad for Blade.
I got you.
But yeah, your coordination is really good with your team.
So what we do is we have like a structure of callouts. I'm not sure how you guys handle it, but what we do is like Mew will call the start of our engagements from the main tank position, and then myself and Bean will take over the mid to late fight. Because from like off support, off tank, you kind of see the cooldowns a lot. Yeah, and like he's on Lucio or I'm on Zarya, we're seeing most of the fight. So we call like Zarya no bubble, anti her, punish her, or whatever, like those types of callouts. Or like he's on Zen, he calls his discords and we're all going off that. So having that kind of structure can make it super clean when it comes to fights and make the callouts a lot easier.
Yeah, we lost most of our main callers that game. Like Matt and Don, they're our main callers.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Don's the one who usually calls the engages.
And he's your like, Ryan, right?
Yeah, and Chad just had to fill in.
Yeah, playing without your Reinhardt's really tough.
And I had practiced a lot with Don, like almost every day. And we had pretty good synergy, but then Jack's really aggressive. And the tempo's just not as clean.
Yeah.
We figured out losing our Reinhardt when we played Monarch. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
We lost Mew. We had to stub in Starlord. That D.Va farm.
No.
That fucking jump into the pin was fucking hilarious to watch. I just hear, nope, and jumped out.
Ryan?
It was so funny.
Mine's blind.
Dead.
That was delicious. Yeah, Mine down. Mercy.
Just from a macro perspective, I don't like your DPS picks here. I feel like running a Pharah into a D.Va when we have this much healing with the Ana and 3 tanks.
And armor.
Yeah, and big armor, I feel like you guys kind of shot yourself in the foot playing that.
Not the foot.
My foot.
I think maybe Pharah's not bad if you're using her for the spam damage, but I think you were like going for picks and trying to like have like that high impact Pharah. And the same thing with the Genji is like Genji's really good when he can make those high impact plays, get a lot of dash resets, and like dive on everyone. But with the comp you were running, you kind of had to play super honest unless he dove somewhere with you. So, yeah, just like looking back and seeing the comps, I can see why it was difficult for you guys to even like pressure us.
Yeah, we just we knew that you guys were running triple tank, so we decided that Epic was just gonna farm you.
Just farm for his ult.
Yeah,
that's
because
not a bad
there's
idea,
3
but
tanks.
after 2 fights, he was only at 63.
Yeah.
And he switched with a minute and a half left, so like, it's reasonable to expect a blade in a minute and a half, but it's not something you should rely on as a win condition. Especially when we have Brig, especially when we have Reinhardt, Junk, like, we have Bubbles, and like, we have so many ways to punish a blade. I think your win condition here was speeding on top of our Ana. And just like hard committing. And maybe even meeting us with the goats, putting either Epic or Icebreak on the Brigida. And running the Brig Ana Lucio. With maybe a Pharah. Maybe I'm not sure. But yeah, so it didn't feel like a very cohesive team comp.
You guys need to utilize Volatile's Brig because I freaking hate her Brig.
Mercy.
Mercy one. Dead. Love him.
I think that was Beam.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
Beam got a little hype there. I fuck with it.
Wait, we still got another round.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we still got another round.
Hey guys.
Freaking Tinty.
Tinty says that every time.
I know.
Like, we can't celebrate a round victory.
Play, bro. Can we get
No,
a
they didn't.
compilation made of Tinsy
Sure.
going,
Didn't
oh
they
wait, we
have
still have
one?
another round.
They almost did, but they didn't.
No.
Oh, they got 0.
Oh, capture.
Yeah, it was Miwoo's tire that cleared it up.
My grab.
Was my positioning
grab.
bad? Right there?
Ooh, go.
Sitting on the
Go, ooh, woo.
The reason
No.
they
That's
it
fine.
wasn't it was actually
Stop.
good positioning. It was actually bad
That's
on their
Miwoo's
part
new name.
because you were by yourself while everyone was on the right side, so you were an easy pick target.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't catch that, so good for you to just be playing under like right by those blocks or whatever the fuck stones.
What do we want to run?
Sliding.
Laura or no?
That
Fair.
or do we just go? I mean, it's so good.
If it works, it works. I don't see why not.
I mean, yeah, no, like let's not change something that isn't broken.
Yeah.
You can always practice more stuff there in practice.
Yeah.
Okay, so am I playing?
So, Exotic, to this point, our last 2 practices, we scrimmed against diamond players and forced ourselves one of the nights to just play goats or dive goats the entire time. So
I
like,
died a little bit.
yeah, we were getting
true.
our asses kicked in these practice scrims. So we were conditioning ourselves super hard leading up to this.
It was kind of brutal.
Yeah, I don't know what
Beats my
Tinsy was
pride.
thinking. That shit hurt.
Fucking
Or we
you.
can go pure gold.
You wouldn't pay attention to me.
I think I was tabbed out. If I'm not jumping around being stupid, I'm probably tabbed out. Especially as Brig. I'm 100% just standing here like.
How you like the midget dancing in front of you?
Am I going Ryan or am I going Winston?
How do you like a midget dancing in front?
Monkey.
Fucking
Alright.
Dotes.
Dotes. That's my ass.
So
That's fine.
we wasted about 60 seconds dicking around. We should have called what we thought they were gonna play, where we thought we wanted to push, all that stuff. That's lobby talk, where we should have been doing that here.
But you didn't like my hard suit.
Instead of talking about midgets dancing and being Bastion. Looking at you, Mia.
Yep.
Gorilla.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
They have Hagarissa. We're gonna just run the point past them with speed boost.
Alright.
Jump on
Alright,
left.
ready?
Careful, careful. Go, 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 go. No, no, no,
Go,
no,
go,
no,
go, 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 go.
Ooh, I'm really low, really low. Ooh,
Oh, he hit you. I hit you.
Then what
Run,
else up?
Tinsy,
What else up?
run!
Let's start.
Oh, God. I could have put my egg straight down.
Yeah. What is?
Dank, you should be hard shielding Niwu on the way in there.
Okay. Up top. That's what. We're...
Because I think he burns his nade back here.
Ooh, I'm really low, really low. Ooh,
Oh,
I'm
he
really
hit you.
And at this point, he's just like a fish on dry land.
I hit you.
Then what else
I didn't know
up?
he
What
got
else
pulled
up? Let's
back.
start.
I had no
God.
clue. 'Cause I thought he was right with me, and I started to shield him here.
So ideally, we'll have myself and Mew take the front of it, and you and Tinsy cover the back when we have to run in like that. So we'll have Matrix and Shield on the back, and then 2 fat fucks in the front.
I'm pretty
Don't
fat.
watch
Put my egg in real life.
Yeah. What is up top? That's what we're diving.
Reloading.
That's what we're diving first.
Epic popped off there, took off a couple heads.
Yeah.
You sat in there the perfect amount of time. Because when you touched, we had almost taken first tick, but not quite. So that was very well played on your part.
That was racist.
What?
What? What?
Mew? Hello?
What?
Our mistake there was... It wasn't so much a mistake as we just didn't scout enough. I should have told the team to sit back. I could have come in somewhere as ball, third person, and like scouted the comp, and then we engage like on a pile driver on your unit up here or some shit. But yeah, we kind of just put our heads down and rushed to the point, like Jack pressing shift on your attack earlier.
We lose this. Dire, get off. Dire, get off.
Should
Thanks for the
one of our
defense.
should one of our healers swap over to the Widow, pick her real quick, and then fight?
Again, we don't need to use solo queue plays.
Yeah, I
No,
got it.
I'm behind.
Because-
I'm behind.
well,
I'm behind.
We can the widow shouldn't be a problem.
No, no, no.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not the widow.
All right.
Just call when you guys are walking in, and I'll get it.
Alright.
I'll call when I'm on her and you
Waiting on Niwu.
and you walk in.
I totally, I fucked up my rollout here, and a couple days ago I went to this map and did it about 50 times, so I'll never fuck it up. And then it came up in game, and I fucked it up.
Oh,
You and
Alright,
Tess.
this is kind of funny to watch.
Yep, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Alright,
you ready?
You good?
It did its job though.
Going in 3,
Go, go,
2,
go.
Alright, there should be distractions now.
Go,
go.
So
See ya.
everybody. I mean, if that's a Tracer or a Doom or something, hell yeah, they're dead as fuck. But right here, everybody looking at me means my team gets to stroll on in.
Look at that delicious hook right there.
Got it.
Oh yeah, that long
That's
ass
okay.
Exotic trying to hook
max range
you.
hook.
Damn.
max range hook, boys.
And like I'm Discorded, I'm all sorts of shit's going on here, but my team's alright, so I'm alright.
Go, 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 go.
And I literally just swung in front of the Widow, and that was enough to just at least get us through the archway without her hard scoping.
Turbo trap.
Mhm.
Go, 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 go. Well, I'm not on
Again,
her.
Dank, there's no reason to not be shielding or flailing at all times.
Okay.
She's
I'm going on her. I'm going on her. I'm going on her.
Nice, nice.
Go, 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 go.
Get it,
I can't heal.
Go, hug. Nice.
Nice. I'm on Zen. I'm on Zen.
I got no heals, no heals.
Thanks to die. I wanted that kill, but
So we capitalized on the anti here, which was perfect. Niwu gets comfortable positioning away from the damage sources, which is beautiful. We chase a Zen, which isn't bad, but I don't know where our diva is. Is this our diva without a mech right here?
yes. There's
Yeah.
something.
Okay, so we lost mech on the way in. Well, we killed the hog, and then our 2 remaining dive tanks went on the Zen. Pretty good up until this point, but then I think we forget that their Widow is still alive, and bad things happen.
Where's in the back, just standing there.
Kill her toy, kill her toy.
You guys are, I can't, yeah, I don't have.
Tire.
Stay on
Bad
point.
tire.
I'm on Orisa. I'm on Orisa.
Yeah, Epic picks up 2 big ones here.
Orisa.
And Icebreak's still alive with junk on the point, and damage was... Did we win this one? I don't think we won this
Someone
one.
dripped the
Yes, we did.
Pretty sure we did.
I think we backed
no,
out and
yeah,
then
we
we went
soft
back in.
reset.
That was
We soft
sloppy.
reset.
It was sloppy.
I got nano boosted right as I was jumping out and got scared to go back into it.
It was sloppy, but it wasn't, because we did kind of call the soft reset, and we gotta get better at like doing that more often.
We did. We?
Yeah.
I'm on Orisa.
So Niwu, I don't know if y'all understand what send it means, but send it means just like fuck it, go the fuck in. So at some point Niwu says send it. I'm like, alright, let's go.
She's out healing my damage.
So I get Epic here.
I'm gonna get up.
And at this point, like, we lost the fuck out of this fight. Y'all just used Coalescence, like, hell yeah, we're gone. We wasted Nano. That's... I mean, on Niwu's part, he's trying to keep the fight alive, trying to keep you in it against a Junka, Moira, and Orisa. On our part, we should have been like, no more ults 5 to 10 seconds ago. When we started losing people. But, because of the picks we got...
Oh, okay.
Just send it, bro. Just send it. Just send it.
We need to run some.
Just send it!
I thought he was saying ascended, and I was like, what does that fucking mean?
Nah, that's yeah. I don't know where Miru's from, but if he's from South Florida, I totally understand because we say that down here.
We can't win that.
We're all essentially here. I mean,
Oh yeah, for a set.
I totally didn't need to do that slam. That was dumb on my part. I'm at 97 here, and I wanted to slam to get the last little bit of ult charge, but if I just waited, I would have got that shit
Run something
anyways.
shield break, I
We
think.
win this. We win this.
No, I don't think we can.
do
We
we?
can't win that.
We're all essentially here. I mean,
I can.
So yeah, Niwu says send it. Tinsy's like, we're basically all here. I think, who are we missing at this point? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Just me.
Oh, just our break.
Thank you,
And
Yep.
they've lost their Widow recently, and their Widow?
Nobody else. Maybe Moira.
I think
No,
their
Moira's
Zen
here.
might be on the way back.
Thought I killed her.
We're only down the brick.
Yeah, I'm coming in with Rally.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so it is a 5v5. So it's just no Widow, no Brig.
Go. If you want to go,
Okay.
go.
Okay, going.
And minefield point. I think I pick up Kroski here.
Ooh, I got real far. I'm on the arrest.
Shit, I forgot how Tinsy said. I think you just like hold S while you're jumping, and it'll make you short jump.
Okay, arrest
There's one.
is down.
More.
Junkrat damage gone.
Reload.
And then we got a bunch of like.
Yeah, these staggers just.
Yeah, you
Kill you
staggered me hard.
guys.
We only had to take one tick
shot,
going
go.
back into that fight, and it was perfect for us to just steamroll through.
Yeah, I think we got 3 staggers, which is.
Hogs dead.
More.
Let's go. No, leave her, go.
No, we need. Make sure to
No,
kill him.
more.
Ooh, coming.
Just go straight to point.
Zen.
Get Zen. Widow dead. Here's the junk. Watch that trap.
And then Mew with the big brain punches.
Yeah, that was huge. That's game.
Holy hell.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, we got hype. I don't know what. Did you guys have trance on that last engage?
Yeah, we did, but we just C9'd it.
Well, no, I'm saying when
Well, there wasn't really much you could do.
So Kroski should have tranced my bombs.
We're only down the bridge.
Yeah, I'm coming over.
Kroski definitely should have
If you wanna
tranced my
go.
bombs here.
Okay,
And you guys pretty much win it.
It might have been if that happens.
Wait, what happened?
It may have not been any different, but it's very possible that it was if that happens.
I think it's different because this is right when we hard engage. And suddenly all that burst damage disappears.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got real far.
Because
I'm on the
I get 2 bombs on, or I get 1 bomb here, I get 2 bombs on Jag. I think I hit 1 person over here as well.
There's one.
Arrest is down.
More.
Junkrat damage gone.
Yeah, if you trance those bombs, you guys just huddle up on point. You continue to play your game. Us jumping onto you, splitting you apart, that's how we want to play, and that's how we ended up winning that.
Hogs coming in.
One shot.
Hogs dead.
Alright, so what's the next map?
I'm gonna go pee real quick. Be right back.
Alright.
No.
Rialto. Look at Exotic with the positivity. More of that.
You need to stay calm, so be positive.
Can we go triple tank with a Zarya here?
Triple tank with the Zarya.
Oh yeah, let's wait for Dank.
Oh, that's when Tinsy didn't say I love you back and I got really sad.
I think he already muted himself.
God damn it, Tinsy. Please.
Arnamic.
Alright, so we're on
And then
Rialto.
on the far and on Mercy Lucio.
So
Wait, no, that doesn't work.
No, we need
That
to
doesn't
either.
work.
We need to either swap off.
I'm not in this one.
Wait.
Let's run
You guys
Let's
need
run Mora Lucio. And Niwu, do you want to Zarya?
Exotic,
Yeah,
is there
yeah.
any of the other 2
Alright.
maps that you want to look at?
No,
After
you can
this
go
one?
ahead.
I mean, after this one.
The problem
I
is
have some other stuff I might need to get done,
Okay.
so
Alright, man.
maybe if you guys are doing it another time.
I'll be alright.
I'm sure
Just
he,
let me
yeah,
know.
I'm sure he knows how to
we do have a VOD review of the first 2 maps on YouTube that I can send you.
play.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Just
Alright.
let me know if you need healing.
Yeah, I'll come down to you. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's as simple as just saying dropping for heals and.
Alright, I'm gonna try to boop him off early on.
Yep.
I'll play this.
Alright, so yeah, we're playing right here.
Right where my mark is.
And when Bean says he's booping, we go the fuck in.
All right, I'm going.
But don't.
So hold on,
don't-
let me take a look at the map.
I'm sorry.
This is
don't
where
go
Bean's
to the
game breaks.
Like
Yeah.
twice.
Like avoid any chance of them booping you. Just force them to come into us.
So like maybe like around.
Like,
the
like
corner.
right on the precipice. Yeah.
So ideally,
Okay,
my game froze. If Bean's game doesn't freeze, he goes for a boop here, like on these steps, and we push immediately. I don't think we push around here. We should have actually just hid in this room together and push right out this door, right onto them. And because we're playing kind of a beefy Ryan Zarya. Oh wait, we're over here. Ryan Zarya, Moira, Lucio, like that's gonna stay up for a little bit, so we can brawl. And is there any reason you guys didn't go, like, did your DPS just want to play DPS and that's why you guys didn't do the whole Brig triple support thing? Or you guys haven't practiced it?
Well, we practiced it, but it was with Don. And
Gotcha.
yeah, Don and Matt were the people we practiced with a lot.
Don on Ryan, Matt on Brig?
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
So everything was just poorly
Yeah,
timed.
your Ryan and Brig synergy in those comps is super important.
Bros.
Who? What?
Oh, what the fuck?
MewMewKitty, take damage. Any energy?
Coming.
Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up.
Good.
They do have a widow.
I don't know how I didn't boop you there. I was so frustrated.
Slamming? Alright. I'll try to go on widow in a second.
I'm backing up for a second, backing up. I'm going back in. I'm on the run, I'm on the run.
Ryan's low.
Ryan can die, Ryan's slow. Ryan's getting healed. Ryan's in the room. Ryan can die. Ryan's low. Nice.
Push. D.Va.
Diva's on the mech. Diva
Widow's
dead.
getting contested.
Yeah, widow's up top.
Top right.
Again, I fucked up that jump. What's up?
No, I was just gonna compliment Mew and saying that she has really good comms.
Thank you. I like talking.
She does.
That's why she's our shot caller.
Or I try to be sometimes.
Well, your calls are really clear and they're very good.
Yeah, and it's important information. So let's go over the comms here and see why.
They do have a widow.
Coming.
Oh, I fucked up.
Good.
They do have a widow.
Slamming? Alright. I'll try to go on widow in a second.
I'm backing up for a second,
That backing up call, huge, because that probably keeps New alive in that situation.
I'm going back in. I'm on the run.
Ryan's low.
Ryan's slow. Ryan's getting healed. Ryan's in the room. Ryan can die. Ryan's low. Nice.
Push. D.Va.
Diva's on the mech.
One thing, Mew, is while the Ryan can start out as a priority, don't be afraid to change your focus if, like, cooldowns are burned or somebody's out of position or something. Like, if they have a Zenyatta right in front of your face, don't keep going for the Ryan. Let us know, like, Zen's right here, he's feeding. Get him.
Guys on the mech.
And I love, like, I use that in solo queue all the fucking time. Like, get this fucking Ryan, he's feeding his ass off. People are more willing to go after something if they think it's feeding.
Okay. Diva
Widow's
dead.
getting contested.
Yeah, widow's up top.
Top right.
Yeah, she's backing up. Just hide from her sight lines. Play the same corner. Nice
Try to
engage
get-
there.
We're trying
Good
to
call.
Try for another freeze.
Yeah.
Don't freeze this time, please.
And then he does.
My game fucking froze.
Hey, Dash.
Tell me where are they on the bridge?
I almost have grab.
Running across now.
Bro, I watched him practice that so many
grab
times,
her.
then he couldn't
I'm
land it.
on Ryan.
What's up?
So, one quick question.
What's up?
When you guys were calling go, what did you mean? Like, were you going for a Lucio boop and something?
Yeah. So Lucio was trying to come up. Take it back just a little bit, Naseef.
Yep. Lucio's
You can see
right
Lucio
here in the
over there.
back.
I was
Oh,
trying to
okay.
jump over the roof and boop you guys off the bridge.
Okay. So that's
So-
when you guys are planning to engage.
Exactly.
That's what we were gonna engage off of, but it's game froze twice. So that was good.
At the
But-
same spot.
To our credit, understanding that we're down a player
Yeah,
temporarily, we give you guys a whole lot of space here. We give you a good, like, 10 meters of payload push. Just so we can get a proper, clean engagement. And you guys end up
Grab her.
using an ultimate in us.
Oh, God, I gotta back up for a second. Okay,
I'm gonna grab in a bit.
Ryan can die. Ryan's low. Ryan's just kidding. Uh-oh.
So we trade off supports.
Grabbing.
Okay, I'm on the grab.
What do we do here?
Cry.
Bop, bop, bop.
So we lose Bean to volley.
Okay.
Right after we get Krusty. We...
Run one, run one.
So yeah, that grab just wins the fight.
See if I can die.
I don't think there's much that can be done about that. Krosky's still at 33%. Wally's already at another fucking coalescence almost. That's nutty.
Shield. Remember the Zen and the Widow are firing in.
Yeah, I think we just win that because of the ult advantage.
Widow's on the flank, I believe. Widow on flank, left side. I have minefield this fight. We'll try to win with just that.
Nice.
I have barrage.
If not, we have Shatter and Barrage to like.
Remember to let me know if you need healing.
They probably have Shatter and Grab by now.
Alright.
Are they going left side? They're going left side. Left side. Wait, just kidding. My lord.
Tell me we're over the bridge.
He gave up on that spot, now he's up here.
Widow's on the second floor.
Widow's on top.
Go.
I don't think he got any admirers that map.
Nah, I think one thing Bean and I can do is when we do want to coordinate boops like that, I should just slam them. And it's an easy boop.
Yeah.
Because it's immobilizing them up in the air and it's just like jump into them and boop them. Easy clap.
Easy clap.
No, I got pinned.
Ryan's in the little room behind us.
Focus on.
So we lose both our supports here. I think you guys win this one. Oh, so this was what was huge and what allowed us to take such a clean fight without like worrying about time is I just sat here for a good like 4 seconds.
They have ice.
Just down first.
I'm still just like sitting around the card. So even though you guys win the fight and kick our asses here, you get minimal payload push because I'm on it until the last possible second.
Do we want to use Grab and Barrage first? And then I can save my
They just started pushing carve. We're plenty fine on time. Just take
What happened to Epic Center right there?
He missed his hook, and he just fell off.
I
thought
didn't
he
even
was
notice
swapping
that happening.
I thought he was
Yeah.
swapping off Widow when I saw that.
Big
It
right now,
happens to the
Zen.
best of us.
The Widow died.
Yeah, the Widow killed themselves.
Oh, we can go.
Yeah, but
Wait for me.
focus Diva so she doesn't need my grab. Push point.
I'm here, I'm on.
Yeah, I'm...
Yes and no. Knowing we have a Zarya, it is a waste. If our Zarya's up here in the fight already, and he throws that bomb at supports trying to run back, it could be a good play. Or like catching the Pharah unaware, it could be a good play. But yeah, that was an extra bomb.
Nice.
That was Jag.
I'm on the Diva. Diva's on the mech. Diva's on the mech.
Far in the back. Far in the back.
Right one.
Where's the Pharah?
No more ults.
Where's
Push
Pharah?
I pushed more back.
Oh, Moira. I thought there was a Pharah. Whoops.
Sorry, I was looking at fucking Widow and I was screaming Farah.
Big grabs and good calls.
This is over to Hanzo instead of Widow.
That little thing where you did
I need backup.
at the back.
Booping you in.
It's huge ultra too, isn't it?
Yeah, let's peep it real quick. I'm at 80, and I go to 94.
I need backup.
Mercy, they came out of nowhere.
You're just bowling right now.
It's tricky though, cause like if I do that at the wrong time, I'm helping you guys. It's all about making you uncomfortable. And I think I booping in Epic Center there, Zen's able to pick him off.
Oh, nice.
Grab it.
I also have my ult too. I'm on Ryan. Okay.
Oh, minefield right after the trance. Minefield after trance.
Oh, wow.
Focus on killing.
Alright, I'm on Ryan in the back.
I'm on Ryan in the back.
I'm on Ryan.
You're fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I need that. Give me up, grab.
Ryan.
Wait, we win this. Wait, never mind.
We win these. I can.
Never mind.
Run one.
Go ahead.
Yaga. I got
Fucking biggest slam.
You guys were winning
was
the
fast.
fuck out of this fight. Until this happened.
That was dirty.
That slam was
I
huge.
can ult.
Run one,
Go
run one.
ahead, go ahead, use it.
Personal
I
just got burned.
him.
Ice break was committed to killing you.
On
And it's just like, nah.
I'm sorry. I never
Get
died.
off my point.
Never? Not even once?
Careful, sorry. I occasionally died. You got pushed back?
Go
I was
here.
gonna say, we'll talk about that later.
About 2% of the time I'm alive.
Where's Will? Oh,
Woo.
nice fight.
Dude, my fucking game's literally freezing on me.
Do we want to do
Do we need a
sub out?
get out of there?
No, it's like it'll like freeze for like fucking 3 seconds when I'm in the middle of a fucking fight, and then it'll go back to normal.
But we
Oh,
still
so
did
they're
good.
Did pretty damn good. I feel like we can freestyle this. DPS, you guys pick what you want to play, and we'll build around that.
Isn't action.
Zen's like, Farah, let's go.
It's the lock.
Yeah, that was solid.
Yeah.
Way to play sidelines and not worry too much about that widow.
You should have been Ed.
Did Epic only switch off the Widow because he fucked up the grapple?
No, actually, he was planning to stay on and then switch after he died, but it was just conveniently timed that he fell off.
Gotcha. Because I think the Widow keeping Zen honest was definitely giving you guys a lot of push, and just like a lot of space was created by doing that. Keeping the Widow and adding DPS to pressure our tanks. Because what was your other DPS at that point?
I think it was. No, we ran three tanks.
Ah, so yeah, the problem with that is like, Widow should never be the solo DPS in triple tank.
Mm-hmm.
If we're playing foolishly, yeah. If we keep peeking her, yeah. But you kind of want something to make our tanks uncomfortable, especially when we're running triple tank ourselves.
So what would you recommend, Reaper?
I don't like running Reaper into triple tank. I just don't like Reaper as a character in general. I used to be a Reaper main since day one.
Oh.
But like running Reaper into goats, worst idea ever. He just gets obliterated by all the CC and bubbles and all that shit.
My heart hurts.
Farah and Junk do the best job at it, at just like creating pressure from afar. With your comp, having the Moira and the Zen, Junk could obliterate us. Use Discord the Ryan or Discord a Squishy, your Junk is just the biggest threat on the battlefield. And he can comfortably sit behind your Ryan Zarya and just do work. And that gives you a combo with Grav. Where Bomb isn't as reliable, you can kind of rely a little more on Riptire. So, yeah, just recognizing that we were running triple tank, I would have said put Jag on, even a McCree here, because McCree punishes the hamster, and can punish the Zarya if she's out of position. Like, when Mew got pinned away, with a McCree you can easily get the pick on Niwu and Zen right away. And maybe even a support. And I know Jag plays McCree, so that could have been a great swap there. But yeah, I think running triple tank and a triple tank there, we had the advantage with the Farah.
We're going all DPS.
Do we want to try draft tanks or?
So during the scrim, the leadership was a bit scrappy because Matt's the shot caller, so we just had to pass it on to Volley because she's a substitute shot caller, and because we lost a Dawn who was like target caller during the game.
I don't know if I would pass shot calling on to Volley.
Well, she was at the back, so she
Get that,
volunteered for
but
that.
I don't. She's the best. I get it. She's on a diamond team. She like plays. She's good. Don't get me wrong. I like her. She's good, but I don't know if she's the best shot caller because I have played with her, and I think that there's a better choice there. I want to say probably Jag. Jag talks a lot.
He's actually really quiet during team fights.
Why?
He focuses
I have that
on.
problem
shuts
too.
up any other time.
I have that problem too. I have to force myself to talk during team fights. I'll talk my ass off between fights, but during fights I have to actively be like, hey, I need to talk.
Yeah, he focuses on his aim a lot, and he stops talking. He's like, I need to shoot.
But maybe Volley's your better call, but
Yeah.
Okay, probably going with Skin. We should probably practice more.
I think as long as we get rid of
With volleys on the diamond,
they can't
right?
fall apart.
Part of your
Say no
if you
more.
see if you see
Right?
a Hanzo or a Widow, just
Let's try the run Hammond.
Nice. Syphilis started playing Overwatch.
And then
That's
secondary
not what
healer
that
can be
says.
Zen, or-
It's a
Oh my
I'm sure
god.
you noticed already. Just when you're rolling around and
Syphilis.
shooting whatever you're bumping into.
Yeah, it's awesome. And like you'll call something.
Me, what the
slow, and I'll
fuck?
just, like, pull one of them
I got
and
bored.
3 kills. Alright, be patient for a second, I'll call their time.
Alright.
Arisa Hog at the corner, watch for boots. They have Moira, McCree,
Oh my
Hanzo.
god.
So they're well fortified. Go around right
Niwu
side,
got
go around right
fucked
side.
immediately.
Niwu did on the McCree.
He was like no health.
Oh
He
Yeah, right at
stepped
the
out
beginning.
was instantly like no health.
I'll push cart, I'll push cart.
So Mew coming this way against Arisa Hog, you want to just hard shield towards the choke here.
They can so pull you off from there.
Yeah.
If the Arisa's there,
and
you're all dead.
Exotic knew that and went for it, but I think it just didn't connect.
Yeah.
Hog no hook.
Shields at half.
McCree alone, McCree alone.
I'm resting shield for a second.
Reload.
I'm resting shield. I have no shield, so be careful. Be careful.
I got hooked.
So if we leave Niwu behind or next to test here, Mew gets hooked instead and probably lives that. So that's just something to think about in a micro sense, is like we can clean up our positioning and have, even if you don't have shield, you can be body blocking your squishies.
Okay.
I
become
let's
the
take another look. They did pull, so it was tricky right there. It was Niwu's responsibility to back up as well. So yeah, they pull you right here. It's you Test and
Resting
Niwu.
shield.
I'm pretty
For a
sure
second.
Test.
Resting shield. I have no shield, so
Oh
be
no,
careful.
Test doesn't burn fade. That's smart of him.
Tess is all the way up front.
But he still has this fade available
Yeah.
to him. So the Hanzo could dome him. That would be shitty as fuck. But if he takes a little poke, he just gets behind his Zen and his shield.
Mew kind of backed off to the left, started to fall back to rest shield, and Niwu got caught
Resting
out in
shield for a
front.
second.
I don't
think I lost
you read.
shield right there, or it might have been a little bit ahead of.
So I don't see cracks here. And you see cracks at 1,000, and then it starts looking broken at 500.
Shield
So
at
let's see.
half.
McCree alone.
Oh, shield was
Resting
half.
shield.
So you go to 1,000
For a
here.
second. Resting shield.
I think after a pull, no matter what, you have to hard shield, even if it
Okay.
means breaking your shield, because they are
Especially
gonna
with them having a
capitalize.
hog.
Yeah. And that's like it goes against what you would do traditionally as Ryan, so it's definitely a super weird in the moment play. But hard shielding hooks, or hard shielding until they use hook, is usually what you have to do as a Reinhardt.
Okay. I have no shield, so be careful. Be careful.
I got hooked.
I got no shield. I got no shield.
We do a good job losing the fight quickly. Zen and I pick off Jag, and we did what we wanted to in that we pushed it across the bridge while that was happening.
Are we pushing the cart now?
We got it over the bridge.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's still kind of not safe to.
Have we ever thought about going around that left side?
Left side's even more dangerous because it's a narrower walkway.
Yeah, but if we hard shield it, we could probably get across.
Oh, for sure.
into that
But hard
room.
shielding any of
I think
these does the same.
Well, yeah, but I think fighting in that room is going to be a lot better for us rather than fighting in that long alleyway where there's nowhere to get away.
The only
'Cause I
problem
think
is
that
we
was
have a Farah and a McCree. So I
And-
agree if
And
we're
you're
running
gonna
a...
get spammed out.
Exactly. If we have a Junk and Zarya, then yeah, that's the play. We want to brawl in here. But since we're running like kind of a weird like mix and match comp here, we need to create space for the Farah. We need to have Niwu in comfortable area behind a shield preferably. And we need to make sure our two supports aren't being pressured.
Okay, gotcha.
So, how wide this bridge is, and the fact that once we do push it, there's cover on either side. that's kind of why we want to push main at this point.
Okay.
Either side becomes very restrictive against a Hanzo. And he's already at 81%. If we do take that fight, we probably just get dragoned.
I just meant for initial push. I didn't mean for the second push. I meant initial push. Instead of going right, go left.
Yeah, that could have worked, but same deal. You do kind of restrict yourself,
Yeah.
but you're right. It does offer a little more natural cover. And they wouldn't have seen it coming, so that is something we could try out.
Actually, Mew, just shield the pole when she does it, and we'll be alright. I'll push into them when we're walking. Hanzo, left side, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Go now.
Ready?
There we go, buddy.
Sending her down.
Nice, okay, she has no pull, she has no pull. They fucked up their shield, Hog no hook,
Bean, you're a fucking savage.
So, while this is all going on, our Zenyatta decides, let me just be Jonak. And
I saw that.
He flanks over there and is just
yeah, so I after that initial engage, the Hanzo gets me low. So I actually wrap all the way around to the Mega behind this hotel. And then come that way and engage from the back. And I come from the back and I see Bean launching volleys. And I'm like...
They fucked up their shield, Hog no hook.
Bean, you're a fucking savage.
I'm on our sim.
Zen's in the room, right side. Zen, right side. Zen right.
I'm on hog.
And
he
between
shouldn't
the...
fucking live. That's ridiculous.
Did anybody call that out for you guys, Exotic, or was that just...
Yeah,
a
they
loss?
did, and I was trying to hook him, but you got in the way, and I ended up killing you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you basically body blocked, so
That's
good
my
on your
job.
part.
So we do lose our Moira and our Hammond here. It's not a clean fight by any means. But Kroski wasting Trance, I think, guarantees us the game here. Because that just skews the ultimate economy in our favor. The moment we get either Minefield or Barrage, we're able to get it off for free.
I got greedy.
Skills are out of trance. Or after trance,
Everyone.
Oops. Nice. Looks like it's just Hanzo.
This is weird, because we have such a weird comp, but I think we should have Niwu and Test on payload. Bean on the high ground or in the further back, because right now Bean should not be this close to this Hanzo. Even having the advantage, like, we could sacrifice 2 picks
He's gonna
here.
get domed.
Bean does?
Bean's gonna get domed if he's
It looks
that
like he'll
close.
get down. Oh, never mind.
No, he turns the deal with Niwu. But yeah, that's super dangerous, and something we should work on is Bean does look at himself as like, I have to be a playmaker. And I think a lot of us do in a lot of situations, where the more we learn to just like trust each other and play off each other, the cleaner our play will become.
Oh my god, he's a 180.
Fucking destroyed.
Yeah, I
That
started
fucking-
talking shit.
Fucking so confused.
I thought you weren't sure what the fuck happened. Like, where the fuck did he actually go?
No, the sarcasm didn't translate well in the moment, but
Nice. Looks like it's just Hanzo.
Oh my god, he's a 180.
Hanzo, where's the Hanzo?
yeah, that was totally that was BM. Jag and Volley being in first means we basically win. Because like even if these two live, you guys are gonna spend so many resources keeping them alive while your tanks are walking in that it just makes the fight so much easier on our end. So I think a little just like patience and discipline on your part when it comes to taking the team fights would have gone a long way in these games. Like, your Orisa would have made it to cart with plenty of time to spare. So if Volley and Jag stay in the back here and just play patiently,
Heals, please, heals.
I don't pressure them, they don't. Volley ends up burning Fade and ulting right away, so I alter.
I'm here.
It was like all blew up at the same time. Jesus.
Yeah, so it's like Dragon Blade. When you see an ulting Moira, she's stationary. more or less. Like, she's fast as fuck, but she can't fade anymore. So Dragon Blade and Minefield are great ways to punish her when she ults.
I'm on a race now.
And I got the lucky slam on Jag because he was already low from us pressuring him, so that's just 2 instant picks, and now it's just your tanks. And Krosky on Lucio because he blew the trance. That's another thing is, if you guys do wait here and engage at the last possible second, you jump on with trance, kill all my bombs, probably get a pick because you're just like fighting with trance and easy as fuck. I don't like the Orisa Hog just in general here on the map. It's too easy for Ryan to run on, and we're usually running a Ryan. So,
Hell yeah.
Orisa Hog loses to pressing W, and that's what our comp is pretty much designed to do, is just like walk forward.
I like to walk.
With a big hammer.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, other than just a little more patience and discipline and Krosky's ultimate management in a couple spots, there weren't any egregious mistakes, especially since you were playing without your main shot caller.
Risk low.
Main shot callers. So all things considered, you guys didn't play terribly. And like the fights we won were due to ultimates and ultimate economy a lot of the times, and that goes back to cleaning up, like cleaning your fights up, cleaning up like knowing when a fight's lost, when you gotta reset, being patient, like okay, we gotta farm Genji Blade, let's not commit our on Temple for example, like if you wanted to commit to farming that Genji Blade, have your healer sit in the back and just pocket him while he pokes at me up top. Like, alright, your Diva's gonna commit to sitting there, our Genji's just gonna farm Blade off her. And it can come down to just that little 1v1 while you guys posture and just like don't die. So our team makes the same mistake a lot of the times and we get punished like hell against the diamond teams, but sometimes the best way to take a fight is back out as soon as you're in. Like, take that space, create that space, and then just back up and chill for a second.
I see.
Because, like, for example, you're playing Zarya Ryan. If you take that second or two, charge shield, get your bubbles up, that next engagement's a hell of a lot easier. And if you've burned those cooldowns against a better team than, like, we're terrible at following it up. I'm sure most of the teams we scrim don't usually follow up on it, but like usually a Zarya that burns a personal bubble and is still in front of her Ryan shield is gonna die. So stuff like that, capitalizing on it becomes a lot easier mid-fight when you force yourself to stay in a fight. You feel me? So like Ana no nade, we can go hard on anybody right now in the fight. They don't have nade to save them. Zarya no bubbles, we can go the fuck in, not worry about somebody being saved at the last second. Or we can shatter, or we can like diva bomb. So yeah, just tracking cooldowns in general has helped us a bunch in terms of callouts. Because outside of positional and like engagement callouts, I think cooldown callouts are the most important thing. That's it. I ain't got much more to add.
Wow. You're really detailed in your analysis. Are you gonna be a budget Jane?
Our new captain.
That's why we love him.
Am I gonna be what?
It's not the only reason.
Are you gonna be a budget Jane?
I'm budget Jane. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'll send you my VODs.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I would love to get like if we could get a spectator view of this from each team's perspective, and then like do a sit down
side by side
one day and like have your team watch your VOD, we'll watch our VOD, be at the same places in the VOD, and have like a video chat room, and we can just fucking like sit there and spitball about what we were doing, what we were thinking. And I feel like it's definitely mutually beneficial, and at the end of the day, we're all here to get better, so let's help each other fucking get better.
Go OSA and Frost!
Woo!
Well, it's a first step. So let's see where it goes. I'll let Jack know you offered, and we're planning to do that as well.
Alright, sure thing. Thanks for joining us. It was cool
Yeah,
having your insight
definitely.
and like your perspective on things.
Hmm.
Thank you for joining. Come back
Yeah,
again.
definitely. All right, I'll see you guys later.
Have a good night.
You as well.
See ya.